Go. Oh my gosh.
There's the walls back here.
Smells really good. That's what was up there.
That's actually pretty good for like after 50 years.
What's up? Jake Reed here. Well, I'm finally back in my studio. As many of you know, we had an unprecedented amount of rain here in California this year. Yeah, and my studio's in my basement, so some of that rain decided to come into my basement. And yeah, had to get a lot of repairs done. But luckily, my friends over at Omni Manufacturing were on the job. I met them through a mutual friend of ours who's a great film composer here in town. They build a lot of home studios here in LA. They did Dr. Dre's home studio, the Chainsmokers, among others. My little home studio. I thought it'd be fun to take you through the rebuild process, how they go about soundproofing things, how they do acoustic treatment, how they fixed some of my water issues. Actually, just had Tropical Storm Hillary roll through last week, and the place was 100% dry, so all of their waterproofing worked, all their hard work paid off, and I'm so grateful to have a dry studio. Yeah, let's get into it. All right, we're starting to move everything out of here. Hey, Braden. Look at this stuff everywhere. We got to get this big shelf out of here, so that's our first task. Crazy. Empty. It's all empty. Go!
That's actually pretty good for like after 50 years. 50? Maybe 70?
Well, this house was built in '68.
Oh, okay. 50.
Do some serious house music.
Oh, yeah.
No pun intended.
Hear that? Higher sound, yeah. So
This floor is gonna look so much different.
it's gonna be cool. It's a good crack.
It's a nice big crack.
Mm-hmm.
Just some vintage asbestos tiles in here, no big deal. If you call it vintage, it's worth more. More demo. Oh yeah, if you like this kind of content, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe and ding the alert bell so that whenever I post a new video, you'll find out about it. Everything's nice and clean. The wide lens makes it look huge in here, but it's not. What is this room, like 10 by 22 or something like that?
24.
All right, so they're putting these brackets on the ceiling, and then in between is this silicone, and that's kind of what decouples everything from the ceiling to help soundproof it. They put those all over the place, and then they're gonna run 3/4 inch plywood down each side of this. And this is what it looks like over here. So yeah, you can see there's the silicone part, and then they just drill it right into that other piece there. What are these things actually called? The little brackets?
Acoustic blocks.
They're acoustic blocks, everybody. More demo. Ripping out the old bass trap here. And then they're gonna use those brackets to decouple it from the ceiling. Got the drywall up on the new brackets. Yeah, the ceiling's not that much lower so far. So wait, Dave, can you talk about that again?
This is going to.
No, what is this stuff? What does this do?
Acoustic sealing.
And what does it do? It acoustically seals?
It relieves it from. It's not a hard attachment to the other walls.
It like allows a little gap for stuff to vibrate.
So it decouples from the existing structure.
Nice. All right, so what do you got going here?
Well, this is the rafts.
Oh, and you're pulling on it. That's the silicone.
Yeah, and that's why it vibrates without vibrating anything else.
Amazing. And then same thing over here with the double drywall. Great for loud drums.
Yeah. Alright, so we opened up all the cracks, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that allows a channel for the epoxy to go through. So we put these ports and we seal the cracks with this resin here.
Mm-hmm.
And then once that dries after 30 minutes, we come through and shoot in the cap seal, which it's basically an epoxy, and it bonds and seals the cracks. So
Awesome.
let's see how it performs.
I hope it works.
Well, the areas that we're doing, it's gonna work.
Sick. Just tying up the loose HVAC ends. Good stuff. Sealing it off. That'll be next. All right, so here's like the first layer of insulation. So Tim, come here.
Yes.
You got to get you on the. You're like Bob Vila of studio building. I'm gonna call this old studio. There's like the layer of drywall that was existing above this, but then there's this layer of insulation, and then you do 2 layers of drywall on top of this, right?
2 layers of drywall, and then we'll come down with acoustic framing to here,
Yeah.
which will have, within that, will be 2 inches of 705 insulation. Below this,
Is that like really thick or something?
like that stuff over there. 2 inch, yeah, that stuff
That
there.
stuff. Okay.
That'll go in to the bunker framing. Below this line here, we'll get 1 inch of fabric track
Yeah.
and 1 inch insulation.
Okay.
703, which is not as dense, and then that all gets fabriced over.
Dang.
Acoustic fabric.
That'll be awesome. So over here, you've already done 1 layer of drywall. It's all coming together.
Yep.
Thank you.
You got it.
Okay, so you're putting the green glue between the 2 pieces of drywall. This is a very scientific application method. You just kind of squirt it all over the place, right?
Yes. Per sheet, we use about 2.5.
How much is in 1 tube?
I don't know exactly, but there's a lot.
A lot.
It's a big tube.
That's big. Yeah. It's looking good. All right, so we're getting closer. Doug built this wall trap yesterday. What do you got here? Does it come out 2 inches?
Comes out 3 inches.
3 inches. This is actually bigger than the last one.
Yeah, your last one was
Like 1 inch.
1.5.
Cool. Does that mean that this will sound better because it's bigger?
Yeah, you'll get a little bit better sound. The one we're gonna have the thicker insulation in there, the 2 inch.
Oh, nice.
That's why we built it 3 inches.
And then putting a bigger plug down there, so it'll have 4 outlets instead of 2. Put a light up here so I can see better in here. It's always dark. Another light there. Oh, they got the MLV up there. Mass loaded vinyl. It sounds like I actually know what I'm talking about, but I don't.
Vinyl barrier.
Vinyl barrier. Another bass trap up here, back in the corner. This will be a nice little dead zone. Maybe I'll put some dead drums in here. That could be fun. So yeah, they got all the drywall done. Everything's drywalled. A little wide shot of the progress. Nice. How about this room? All right. Studio renovation, part 57. Oop, let's zoom out. Nice. So that's what it's looking like right now. Sound caulking in. All right, getting the fabric tracking in. These are like the frames that they put in that the fabric will sort of attach to. These are all metal. Same thing up here. This will all be fabric, big bass trap. For those super dead tones. Same thing in here. Monday, we're gonna sand and polish the concrete floor. Still gotta get the carpet in here. But yeah, coming together. All right, day 37. We're still going. Actually, I don't know what day it is. I just made that up. But it's been about a month, a little over a month. Today they were sanding the concrete floor, and they had to fill in some cracks and stuff. And tomorrow they'll come back and sand it all down some more, and then put a gloss coat on it to make it look all shiny. This will dry overnight. That new carpet smell. Get it? Carpet? Instead of that new car smell. Never mind. Still no lights in here. They're installing those tomorrow. But got the fabric done. Looks pretty amazing. They just painted, but you can't tell because there's no light in here. Looks great though. Finished up the fabric in here. Still gotta do some touch-up paint, but this detail in the fabric, so good. You guys, look at these seams. That is quality. Wow, it's so good. It's almost seamless. Just kidding. Does that make sense?
No.
No? Okay. Putting up some lights. Amazing. Got the lights in. Whoa. It's like a rave in here all of a sudden. Dave's working his magic in here.
It's a little live, not much. I mean, ceiling was so low.
Yeah. I definitely want this to be like the more lively room, but without weird pings, obviously.
Right.
There's a full-on leaf blower blowing at full leaf blowing throttle.
Blowy stuff.
It's blowing. Watch this. Oh, you turned it off. Dang it. One more time. That's pretty good.
Yep, not bad.
Tim put this huge piece of glass in this door. It used to be just the regular door with no glass. Now I put a big old window in there so you can see to the other room, and it's, what'd you call it?
It's a 1/2-inch laminated sound glass.
1/2-inch laminated sound glass. He's gonna hang it all by himself. I don't know how he's gonna do that. Amazing though. So now someone can play music in there and you can see them through the door. See? You can see people through there. That's pretty quiet. Hey, can you clap? All right, everything is about put back together. Got the lights all in. Got the desk set up again. Pretty much still got to do some cleanup in here. Got the drums set up. This room turned out really great. Got the fabric all up on the ceiling. Polished concrete floor. Very cool. All right, so Frank is here. He's hooking up all of he already hooked up this giant XLR panel with 16 channels so that I could record drums in the other room. But now he's hooking up this whole Ethernet system to where, what's the little box I have?
It's a HDMI over Cat5 extender.
Yeah, so it's just basically like one cable that will run into the other room and like plug in my my screen, my mouse, and my keyboard.
Correct. Right.
all with one cable, so I'm not running like super long cables all the way across the room into my computer.
Right.
Yeah, so it's pretty rad. Thank you, Frank.
You're welcome.
So yeah, it'll run all along the ceiling there and go into the computer. The files are in the computer. All right, construction is all finished. Here's what the room's looking like. Well, right now, it's still a work in progress, but we're getting closer. Let's check it out. It's messy over here. Here's the part they don't show you on the internet. Big mess. But it's looking pretty good. I'll have everything mic'd up for the studio tour. Next vid. All right. Later.